Over the span of the last 3 years, I have completely reinvented myself. There was a time in my life where I genuinely did not think I was going to make it to age 23. I was a very anxious kid growing up, very introverted. I felt very slow to everything, like trends, just random shit. I just felt really behind and alienated by everyone around me. And what this resulted in is from age about 16 to 23 years old, I suffered massively with really bad anxiety and depression. I dropped out of college 6 months into my first year because I had a mental breakdown. I got diagnosed with clinical depression and anxiety. I got on antidepressant pills. And for about 3 years of my life, I remained dormant in my house. Didn't have a job, didn't have any friends, did not leave the house, to be honest. I didn't have a life. I played video games for 16 hours a day. And long story short, boys, I was just fucking cooked. I was absolutely cooked. Now I'm 27 years old. I'm currently in Vietnam on a little holiday. I live in Bangkok, Thailand. I scaled my video editing business to over $12,000 a month. I have total location freedom. I date beautiful women. I have an amazing circle of friends. I have access to high net worth individuals. My life's completely changed. Not depressed anymore, not anxious anymore. I am truly living my life. I often say that my life started when I was 23 years old, and that's the reason why. I finally took control of my own life and I reinvented myself and I'm a new man. Today I want to take you through what that experience and that journey looked like for me, with the hopes that if you're in a similar situation, hopefully less cooked than I was, then you'll be able to see what's possible and hopefully you can emulate similar results for your life as well. And the best part about it, right? I'm still the same person. I haven't changed. I haven't pretended to be someone that I'm not. I have just pointed all of that energy that I had within me to something else, all of that intensity. Because maybe you guys can relate to this, but I consider myself quite an extreme person. And that is a real double-edged sword, because what that means is that when I am doing something, I will do it to an extreme extent. That goes for both positive and negative things. So back in the day, when I had no idea how to channel that energy within me, I would just channel it towards bullshit. Whether that was video games, or eventually I went through a phase in my life where I was going out and getting really drunk and doing a bunch of nasty, bad things, you know? Whatever I do, I seem to just go really mad with it. And it's the same today. If I pick up the habit of smoking cigarettes, I will smoke 20 cigarettes a day. That's why for me, things have to be 1 or 0. Very binary. It's like it's on or it's off, because if it's on, it can become a problem really quickly. But the fantastic thing about that is, it's the same when you're working towards something positive, right? When I am focused on my work, when I'm focused on my purpose, when I'm focused on making content that helps people, I go really extreme on that as well. There was a period of time about 2 years ago where I uploaded on this channel every single fucking day without fail. Likewise, you might have noticed that I've not been uploading much recently on this channel. And that is once again because of this tendency to just go really all in on specific things. And over the last 2 months or so, I've just been focused on improving my Academy of Excellence, making new modules, making it much better. So this has taken a back seat. But the good news is I'm finished with all that stuff now. I'm really happy with where the Academy's at. So you guys are going to be seeing my face a lot more. And each and every one of you watching this video, you have that within you. You have that extreme tendency. Whether you know it or not, there's something either consciously or subconsciously which is constantly on the forefront of your mind and controlling how you behave and what you do. Whether that's you're obsessive over women, whether you're obsessive over how you look, whether you're obsessive about going to the gym, I guarantee you if you did a self-audit, you would figure out what that thing is if it's not already clear to you already. Which is such a fucking blessing, because once you gain control of that, you'll be an absolute fucking animal. So let's talk about conditioning, because this is the very first thing that you have to deal with when you're trying to reinvent yourself, because the world has conditioned you to behave a certain way. And this starts very early on. I want you to take a look at this picture here, right? Would you say this looks like the sort of place which you would want to send your children to learn how to become successful, to learn how to treat women, to learn how to carry themselves like a gentleman? Would you send your child to this place full stop? The answer is fucking no. That picture right there is my school. And you'll notice it looks like a fucking prison. And that's because it basically is a prison. I have to repeat myself. Conditioning is absolutely everywhere. in the fucking TV you watch, the films. Your parents will condition you as well, whether that's good or bad. I could talk about conditioning all day, right? But the biggest one, which all of us have been through, and is government funded, and you'll be in trouble if you don't go through your good boy conditioning, is school. This institution is not designed to make you rich, or to make you successful, or to make you happy. It's designed to make you compliant. Raise your hand to go to the toilet. Base your self-esteem off arbitrary grades on who can memorize useless information better than the other person, right? And you've probably heard this before as well. Most really successful entrepreneurs, they're bang average in school, because the truth is, it really doesn't fucking matter on the most part, unless you're pursuing a specific career, such as being a doctor or something. But for most of us who aren't doing shit like that, it's completely useless. Weirdly, I was quite lucky in a roundabout way because of my mental breakdown, dropping out of college, and remaining dormant in my house for 3 years with no job or fucking anything else to do or think about. I became so unplugged from that conditioning and that system that I was able to just sort of reset and go back to fucking baseline. Step one of reinventing yourself is undoing the fucking absolute mindfuckery, the obedience that they've drilled into your skull. Because the biggest trait that you'll find in successful people, and people who are living true to themselves and true to their soul, is that they are disagreeable. They will not follow the crowd, they won't raise their hand, they won't ask for permission. They do shit because they feel like that is right. When you start to mentally analyze all of the thinking patterns you have and the way that you behave, with the knowledge of the fact that the world is trying to condition you to behave a certain way, you'll start to notice patterns. You'll start to break these things down in your head. And once you understand how that works and the psychology behind why these things work the way they work, that's when you can break free from the trap. That is the foundations for reinventing yourself. Well, let's talk about risk tolerance, because a lot of guys have absolutely no risk tolerance at all, and I was very similar as well. I would play it very safe. I was very afraid. And again, like, we could talk about conditioning again. Why are we so afraid, right? Is it because every time I come home from school, my mom is watching the news and they're talking about how dangerous the world is, and oh my god, this person just got stabbed here and all of this bad shit's happening? Ooh. Really, again, guys, I could talk about conditioning for fucking 10 hours straight. Nevertheless, why are we afraid to take risks? I can only comment on myself, why I felt I was afraid. Number one is what I just described. Number two is I was in a single parent household. I grew up with my mom, and that is insanely damaging and unnatural for a young boy to grow up without his dad around, you know? Because the masculine and the feminine, they're yin and yang. They don't work when they're alone. It needs to be together. And when you don't have that togetherness, what you end up with is an overbearing mother who won't let you even try to ride your bicycle just in case you fall off and scrape your knee. It's too dangerous, Sam. Don't do it. And that is honestly why most guys have zero risk tolerance, because most guys are growing up without a dad in their fucking life. And it's really fucking sad, right? Because on the other side of that risk is everything that you've ever fucking dreamed of, right? But because you're sat there and you're fucking all nurtured and you're all fucking feminine, you've got fucking mommy looking after you, making you cups of tea and keeping you safe, and you won't do it. You know what the risk is that you should take. And honestly, some guys are just terrified of even the smallest of risks. The smallest, like the fucking downsides are so small if it doesn't work out. But you're so fucking conditioned into not taking any risks, and yet you expect shit to change for you. How? How is shit gonna change for you if you don't take a risk? Any sort of risk. I know it's kind of cliche to say, but it's so true. The only risk that you are actually taking is by not taking the risk, because you will fucking stay exactly where you are in 10 years from now. You'll be going down to the pub with a normal job, constantly drowning under financial pressure because the lower and middle class are currently being fucking wrecked. You'll be swiping the same Tinder profiles of the fucking 35-year-old women who already have 2 children, who are chubby and won't settle for fucking less. I want to provide a male, I want a man who can take care of me and my children. You'll be doing the same fucking shit, but just worse actually. And for what? Because you won't take that fucking risk, man. One of the most important traits for a successful person is to be very disagreeable. And another trait of someone who's highly successful is risk tolerance. Stop being a pussy. You have to stop being a pussy. And I'm saying that with fucking love. I'm saying that with love. I've seen guys watching my content for fucking years. Years and years and years. I've been talking about video editing and how it's changed my life and how, oh, this student's done this and this student's done that and we've got fucking 15 of us living out in Bangkok right now. You can do that too. And I can show you exactly how. I've even done sales to make it easier. I've done calls with guys to try and help them make the right decision for them. And yet, they're still sat there watching my content. I just put up a story today. Good morning, another student hit 3K per month this morning. Look at that, boom. And I see the same names watching my stories. They're sending me messages. I don't know about this, and I'm answering their questions like, bro, come on, just take the leap. They won't do it. It's insane to me. And I even made a brand new program, which is designed for beginners, guys who are unsure. They want to give editing a try, but they don't want to commit as fully as they would have to do if they joined my other program, right? And they're still sat on the fence because they're afraid of what? Losing $200. That's how much the new program costs, right? It's insane to me. It's insane. And I go onto their profiles and they've not made any fucking progress. And they've been watching my shit for months, bro. It's fucking madness. Risk tolerance, man. You have to grow a pair of balls, which leads into my next point. You have to leave the bird's nest. And this was one of the hardest things for me to do as someone who was very mothered, very terrified of taking risks, especially with my crippling anxiety and depression, right? I left my hometown. I started to make some money with video editing. I set my foundations up and I decided, fuck it, I'm gonna go to Thailand, that's it. And the reason why I did that is because I cannot possibly transform into a new being while I'm still sat in the same bedroom where I rotted away for so many years, where I was terrified to express myself, where I was terrified to even leave the house, where I had no friends, where I had no motion. I was in that exact same environment with the same people, I love my mom. Overbearing mother, okay, it's not her fault. She just wants to keep you safe, all right? Your mom is the exact same. But it's impossible to transform into a new being in that same environment. And again, I was only able to do that because of my video editing. This is why I always say video editing is the ultimate vehicle to self-development, because you could be sat there at home doing all these habits, going to the fucking gym, meditating, reading books and shit, right? But if you cannot make money, if you do not have a skill which is genuinely valuable to the marketplace, where guys who you look up to will look you in the eyes, shake your hand and say, you're a G, great work on that, I fuck with you, I like what you do. All of this extra shit is permanently plateaued to that level of environment and that lack of access to the type of guys that you need to be hanging out with. Your life will not change in a significant manner until you're able to change your environment in a significant manner. And whether you fucking like it or not, that happens when you make money. Even the guys who you watch who talk about all of these habits, their lives changed when they made a fucking business and they started to make money and they started to travel the world and they started to meet all of these people. You can't keep doing it from your mom's house. So with that said, you need risk tolerance. You need to leave your hometown. My new program, Authority Editor, is designed to show you the psychology behind video editing and what clients actually pay for. Once you have those foundations set up, you will have the freedom to actually take risks and to leave the bird's nest and to fucking get out there and fucking reinvent yourself however the fuck you want to be. You could go to fucking some island in Vietnam, rip around some motorbikes, meet a girl, fall in love, have the stress of building and maintaining a business. You could do whatever the fuck you want. My new program is designed to give you everything you need to get started. If you're watching right now, I literally made it for you. So do yourself a favor and click the link in the description and at least take a good look at the page. See if it's right for you. Now, the next facet of reinventing yourself is genuinely becoming valuable to the types of people you want to hang out with. And I kind of mentioned this earlier, but I can't stress to you enough how important this is, because you could meet people who you look up to and the types of people you want to hang out with, right? But if you're not already doing something of substance and you're building towards something meaningful and you've got character about you because, again, you've took the risks, you've left the hometown, you've got the experience behind you to actually have a good level of character so that when you meet these people, you can shake their hands firmly as another man to man, right? If you don't do that, you're gonna end up meeting guys and they're just not going to fuck with you. A few years ago, I went off to Dubai. If I'd went to Dubai before I developed my video editing skills and before I did what I did with my video editing career, scaling my client's YouTube channel, making a fucking unforgettable format, which is genuinely a meme now, then I would have felt really fucking out of place, right? But the thing is, I met so many insane entrepreneurs in Dubai, and I was able to shake their hand as an equal. And it's not an equal in monetary sense. A lot of these guys are fuck you rich, right? But it's a shaking of hands in the equal sense of you're a fellow risk taker. You're a man who's on his purpose, on his journey, and there's a mutual respect there. And you don't get there by doing fucking nothing with your life. To reinvent yourself, you need a network at all three levels. And a lot of people miss this. A lot of guys are just seeking to hang out with the guys who are, you know, above them or ahead of them in their journey. Like, okay, I want to hang out with multi-millionaires and then I'll be a millionaire, right? Selfish and retarded, right? You need friends at all three levels. Above, for obvious reasons, because they inspire you to think bigger. You need guys at your level who are doing the same thing as you, because they keep you sane. They're struggling with the same things as you. You're in the trenches together and you hold each other accountable subconsciously. They keep you sane. You also need friends who are behind you. And this is the one a lot of people miss, but it's really helpful for your self-esteem to reach behind you. For guys who are struggling with what you were struggling with a few fucking months ago, and fucking hold your hand out and say, hey, listen, bro, I can fucking help you here. Take this advice and come up to my level with me, bro. It's good up here. Think about what that does for your self-esteem. Think about how this guy now thinks of you as someone who has selflessly just came back and picked him up out of the fucking mud. Does absolute fucking wonders for your self-esteem and has been absolutely fucking amazing for me in terms of reinventing myself and dealing with imposter syndrome. And guys, listen, while you're on this journey of reinventing yourself, you have to come to accept the fact that you're going to fall off your bike a few times, all right? You're gonna fail. I've documented some of my failures. I made a video on this channel about how one of my business ventures failed and I had to just refund everyone. I failed with content plans. I failed miserably one time with video editing. I got the opportunity to work with one of my favorite gaming YouTubers back in the day, and it was just an absolute disaster. He turned out to be insanely rude and really unreasonable. And what happened is I delivered a project to him and he basically just said, you are lazy, you are shit, and just blocked me. It's a bit of a long story, there's more to it than that, but my point being, it really wasn't fair. And I got absolutely fucking shot down by one of my favorite YouTubers at the time, and it completely destroyed my self-esteem for months. I quit editing for a few months after that before I came back. Glad I came back, right? Fucking hell. With that risk tolerance, of course you're gonna fall off your bike a few times. But what makes a man, and what brings that mutual respect when you shake another man's hand who is on a similar journey to you and you feel like you belong, is because you both have that mutual understanding that you had to take some crazy fucking risks to get where you are. And real recognize real. It's not about how many times you fall down, it's about how many times you fucking get up. And that is the measure of a man. So if you want to reinvent yourself, understand your extreme nature and channel that energy correctly by self-analyzing and undoing the conditioning from society and from school and sometimes from other YouTubers. Be risk tolerant, understand that on the other side of risk is the life that you want. Leave your hometown because it's impossible to change in a significant manner if you're still in the same environment that you was in when you were still the old version of yourself. Become valuable to the types of people who you want to hang out with through mastery of a skill which is genuinely valuable to the marketplace and the types of people who you want to hang out with, and be willing to fall off your bike a few times because it's through those failures where you will genuinely become a fucking savage. Check the first link in the description right now if you are an introverted guy or you're a creative guy and you want to try video editing, but you want to do it right. You want to treat it like a business, you want to make money with it, and you want to be valuable to clients. Not just a button pusher doing oil rig work, but a genuine asset to a business. Editing videos, curating messages, understanding the psychology behind it. That is what Authority Editor is about. If you've made it this far, at least look at the page and see if it's right for you. It's good to be back, boys. Bye!